Euro has also been strengthening. It's near a 3-week high ahead of the Eurozone economic data. Mind you, the dollar demand has also been subdued ahead of the US Fed decision, which is an all-important one. The Fed will be announcing its decision on the interest rates on Wednesday. On the other hand, the euro has been euro yesterday rose to about $1.3053, the most since Jan the 4th. Euro area January PMI data will be detailed later on in the day, which is likely to show a moderate expansion. However, moving on to some of the other high-risk currencies have also been looking very, very strong. For instance, the Aussie and the Kiwi dollar have been trading near a 12-week high. Some of the other currencies which are largely linked to the dollar, including the Mexican peso, have also been trading at the highest since October this year. So currency market volatility continues. However, dollar has been weakening. Let me bring in Peter McGuire, Chief Market Strategist at FX Global Capital, joining us on a phone line from Sydney. Peter, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Interesting developments have kept euro on the higher side. Dollar seems to be a little subdued right now. How would you look at both these currencies, particularly the euro? This is going to be a crucial week. Anything could come out on the Greek negotiations, and of course also on the US front, we have the Fed decision coming out on Wednesday. How do you see the currency market shaping up, particularly from the viewpoint of the euro and the dollar?
Well, good morning, Ashwell, and thanks for inviting me on your show. Look, a couple of things. I was quite surprised the value of the euro had strengthened quite considerably in the last week or so. And when you think about where the US dollar was, I would have thought it would be probably closer to 126 now, and now you've got it at 130. It'll be interesting, as you said, what happens on Wednesday. We've also got Obama's address of the nation. Equities have had a very strong rally to the upside. The risk trade is on. Gold's up. Crude's sitting still at 100. Worried about Iran. So I think that's probably the reason why. And the euro, well, it's defying gravity a little bit, Ashwell.
As far as the dollar is concerned, would the US Fed decision have any meaningful impact on how the dollar is trading right now? I mean, the whole market expects the Fed to keep rates unchanged and perhaps signal more monetary easing. How are you looking at that development and its probable impact on the dollar?
Well, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see the dollar just settle at these sort of levels. I don't see a lot of upside yet, or continued upside for the euro. I mean, we can't get away from the troubles that it has. I've certainly got, major concerns regarding Greece. And, the Dow sitting at 12,700 now. It's had a very strong rally in the last week or two. So I think that, realistically, we're going to wait and see whether the US shows any ideas as far as any form of, QE3 come, probably March or April, Ashwell.
What about emerging markets, including the Indian rupee? We've been seeing strengthening of late in the last couple of weeks now. It's pretty much a reverse of what's happening on the dollar. You expect emerging market currencies to continue to strengthen?
Well, yes. I mean, we highlighted that together last week, and there's no doubting that when you see the IMF's numbers coming out that, your part of the world and emerging markets are running at around about 8.5% GDP this year, and when you think of what's happening in mature markets at under 2, then that's the great concern. So I think, you're going to see continuing strengthening, a little bit more to the upside in the short term for the rupee. And I think when you look at our dollar, sitting now at $1.05, and a lot of the other markets, Mexico's right up there, and of course New Zealand. So it's not a bad time for if you're travelling for our currencies, and if you're travelling with US dollars in the last week or two, you're copying it a little bit.
Peter, thank you so much for joining us this morning for a quick check on how to look at the currency markets. It's been increasingly volatile.